Good morning. Let me check a couple of things, make sure things are working the way I think they should be. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And I use valve index controllers. You can see them in the webcam. And on a couple of versions ago, they said they added default controller bindings for the valve index controller. That they added for a couple other ones too. It's only one downside. They added the controller bindings for the left controller, this guy, but not for the right one. So that's kind of like you have to have both of them to make this work. So with software update 2, they have basically had default bindings, and I'll kind of show you what that kind of looks like. So we're kind of at the start screen here. So I use a couple of things here. I use my VR controllers. I tend not to use a mouse if I don't have to, but there's a couple of things that are still broken VR that kind of forces me to. So I also use a program called Voice Attack. Voice Attack allows me to use voice commands. So right now, I'm going to look straight ahead and go center view. And it centered my view. And so that kind of helps to, and I have that up above me. So it's not in the frame normally, but if I look up, I can see it. And you can see that it says recognize center view. So Voice Attack, if you don't pause before you give it a command, it will not do well. it will ignore you. So okay, so let me and today I don't think I'm going to fly today. I'm set up where I can fly, but I'm not real happy with my rudder pedals right now, and with how they're mounted, and so I probably won't fly. So we're going to click on free flight, and we'll see if this works. No, it doesn't work. That's just awesome. So part of the time this works, part of the time it doesn't. I have no good explanation as to why this is true. So if I come up over here, click on settings, controls, and we'll go right first. And assign. That controller is working for all of that. So in other words, when I come down, I highlighted this, I clicked the trigger button, and it triggered it. This says select, so it selects it. What's the other trigger button? I think there's 2 of them. Let's see that. I'm going to roll it up. No, it looks like there's only, oh yeah, VR cockpit interaction, right? So we have select is click trigger. So that, now let me go over to the left. So select this click trigger. Excuse me, cockpit interaction left, click trigger. And I think there's one more. Don't see it though. Nope. But I should have been able to highlight that map and move it, but it didn't work. So as long as I'm here, we'll kind of go over this. So when so I'm on the left. So on the left, if I click here, so that basically says valve index controller left, 2024 transversal or something like that. You also notice there's a padlock over here. What the padlock means is I cannot if I have this selected, I can't go in here and make any changes. It won't let me. So what you have to do is you click on the gear icon and you click on duplicate. I've already done it, so I'm not going to do it again. But basically, so you duplicate this, the copy you can modify. So when I click again, that's my profile. Because that's a duplication of the original one, I can modify this. So I can add, delete, and so another thing to, I got to go back here. So when you look here, let me see. Why is that true? I'm looking for something that says airplane. And I don't see it, and I don't know why. Oh, maybe I got to do them both. Yeah, I had to do them both. So if you look here, you see left brake that says airplanes. So so basically what it is the squeeze would do the left brake. So this is the left controller. So the left controller would do the left brake. Well, I have I have pedals, and they have brakes on the pedals, so I don't need that. So that's why any of the airplane stuff I got rid of. So we go here, go here. Whoops, don't want none. I want my profile. So, and the right is exactly the same. So if I click here, it says so until software update 2, this wasn't here. I didn't have this. So a whole bunch of stuff that's here, I couldn't set. So what are we gonna do? Save and go back. And go back some more. This is seriously frustrating. So we'll go pre-flight once again. That isn't quite moving the way it should. So, alrighty. So what are we gonna do? All right. Well, let's do this. Let's quit the desktop. We'll start this guy up again. And so this is first impression. So my first impression is there's quite a bit of things that could work a lot better. So we'll get you started up again. And it does this. I don't know. It just kind of disappears. You think it's not running, but it is. So you have to kind of wait it out. So, and hopefully when it starts up, it'll actually work. But it's kind of cool that I've got everything in VR pretty well set up where I can do all this. I don't have to take my headset off. I can do everything right from inside my headset. So, and it's why I'm pretty adamant that I don't want to use a mouse, and there's no reason I have to. The valve index controllers that I'm using, I basically got them as soon as I could buy, basically pre-order valve index controllers. I bought them, and so it's important for me to use them. Not everybody that does flight simulation feels the same in VR that feels the same way, but that's fine. We're all individuals, so we get to choose. So Okay, VR mode. VR mode. Center view. We'll try this again. Yep. So now it works. Yeah, that's the fun part of software update 2. We have quite a bit of inconsistency going on here. So this is how it used to work in 2020. And it's why when I fired up 2024 for the first time and I tried to do this, I wanted to go to my home airport. So I zoomed down. My home airport's in the middle of this lake, in the southern shore of this lake. So I put that, I put that about in the middle, shove the joystick forward, and I zoom in. Well, it didn't work. So when I heard, that they added the default control bindings for the valve index controllers, I went, oh, cool, that's going to make that work. Wrong. So now it does. So I'll click on fly now. Wait for a while. A plane never parks there, ever. Not that kind of plane. That's a 737. They don't land in Erie. Only regional jets do. Alrighty, so we're at the airplane. Hello. Fly now. So, yeah, it's all breezy today. I'm gonna back up a little bit. That's my call sign. N256 Bravo Golf. My nickname is Be Good, and other than my other nickname is Sparker. So, so what we can do is with the valve index controllers, if I pull the joystick back, then I go backwards. If I burn it forward, I go forward. If I take the right joystick and move it to the left, I will rotate left, rotate right, going to the right. And I can kind of put it pretty much where I want. So wherever I stop at, if I shove the left joystick forward, it's going to go right straight forward from there. So, and it kind of depends. If you have it leaning a little bit to, say, on the left joystick, if you have it leaning a little bit to the right, then it's not going to go straight. That's straight. If I move it, I rotated the joystick a little bit to the right, then it's going to kind of turn a little bit to the right, run back. And this is walk. So, and I'm stuck behind something. Trying to get it to move. There we go. And so, if on the left joystick, if I squeeze it, now it should be fast. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little bit to kind of get it to work right. So that's fast mode. And if I squeeze it again, that should be slow. Yeah. So you can kind of hear the footsteps, and so that's part of what I wanted to go over. I got a couple of other things. So let me go escape. So I'm going to go to settings, controls, left, assigned, now. I should find a squeeze. There's a squeeze. There's two of them. And there's a squeeze. I'm looking. There it is. Okay. So I was looking for this here, toggle run. So that's how the squeeze on the left controller controls the toggle. So it's a toggle. So you hit it and it will run. You hit it again and then it will walk. So so that's how that is. Let's go back. We go to main menu. Broken things. Other than this not always working, let me go here. And I can kind of tell when if that kind of moves like that, then I should be able to move this. If that doesn't happen when I start, then more than likely I'm not going to be able to control this map with the VR controller. So if I click on the Skyhawk here, yeah, that's kind of interesting. So it says all, but I have no planes here highlighted, showing. But it's all. There should be full. So if I click on this in the right way and move it, all of a sudden the planes show up again. And I did a post that's posted up on YouTube about this very problem, and I have a bug up on the Flight Sim Microsoft Flight Sim forums related to this. I think I got so with VR controllers, this happens. So I'm going to try to go and select this plane. So it's highlighted. I can hear it. Whenever it highlights, you can hear noise. Before I do that, I'm going to go on these. So I can go click, 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 click. Immediately when I highlighted and pulled the trigger, it basically checked it. Every time. Back to airplanes. So now, let me try to fly the Caravan. So I've highlighted it, just like I did up here. And I'm going to pull the trigger. It goes blank. I'm trying to figure out, am I like a special case? Or did nobody, when you release software update 2 beta, did nobody try this with a VR controller? Or is it unique to my VR controllers? Don't have an answer for that. So on the other hand, I put my controller down and do something I really don't like to do, is grab this mouse, because it's a little crazy in VR. And so if I click on that, move it a little bit. So much like with the VR controller up here, I could click on each one. Watch this. Click, 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 click. Every time. The VR controller is really hit and miss. And you notice it never ever went blank. These never went blank. So it's like, this is a bug. And we can go anywhere here. Click, 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 click. I do the same thing with the VR controller. blank. And the same thing as you have to put that white dot in exactly the right place for it to highlight, and I can actually move it. I'm going to run it right across there. That won't bind it. But it looks like if I put it right in the middle, and maybe that's a hint. Maybe. Nope. It's just inconsistent. So, all right. So that's cool. So if I put it right in the middle, or thereabouts, I can move it. If I put it on that side, I can move it. Is that related? Nope. It's a pretty big box to try to figure out where the right place would be. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what airplanes. Let me go over here. So I think, well, that didn't make it go away. So on that one, I had to click it twice, but it did work. That's the same way. I had to click it twice. Maybe I'm not allowed to fly airliners in VR. Maybe that's what it is. See, that one just kind of jumped. I was trying to pick that one. That finally did. Very, very, very interesting. Also very, 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 very annoying. So that was the, where is it? A little bizarre. A little bizarre. The other thing is that the FPS goes all over the countryside. It is, I just happened to look down and it was like in the 20s. I was like, what? So I have tried the foveated rendering, and that does seem to work. And I can go over here. VR graphics. So I have foveated rendering checked. I have no idea if there's any adjustments to it. I just have it checked, so I'm not sure. I haven't looked. And I haven't really spent any time in here, so I don't know where these numbers are. So it looks like we're all pretty low. And I'll have to take some time to kind of figure out what all this what all this really means. So nope. So even the plane that I was on, I can't select it. But I can others. A little disappointing. So if I let me the other thing that would be nice is to have a VR keyboard. The keyboard I'm using is from OVR Toolkit. But it would be nice if you clicked on a on a text input, it should present you with like a virtual VR keyboard where you could enter really? Okay. But that would be pretty handy. So once again, we're trying to select this 172, and I can click all I want. Oh, it finally worked. That's interesting. So let me see. Let me try to type in Cessna. And I'm legitimately, whoops, too many A's in Cessna. Okay, so where is the new one? That's this guy. Maybe you're conflicted? Nope. Yep. So, that was interesting. So when I was clicking, somehow I was clicking on the backspace. Let me try this again. Okay, get rid of this. So I won't affect it. So if I help it out and give it more information, so there's a smaller number of aircrafts, this works a lot better. Hello. That one's stubborn. That one is too. Yeah, so it is like unbelievably inconsistent using the VR controller. But once again, get you out of the way, find my mouse. The mouse is very, very, very consistent. You click once. And it will select it. VR controllers, not so much. So, then when you like get in the configure, so let me click on this guy. So I clicked about 6 times to finally get it to say, oh, okay, you want that. But like say if I come down here, click on configure, boom. As soon as I clicked on it, it went into the configuration. So, and we have the same problem here. So if I want to go to cargo, oh, that worked. That worked. Basic worked. So let me slide down a little bit. Nope. Took two clicks for that to work. Cargo didn't work. You want to find cargo again? Nope, didn't work again. Then when it doesn't work, it like moves it. It's like, nope. So it is a very, very, very annoying deal. But once again, put my controller down. Get the mousey working. Hello, mousey, where'd you go? Sometimes the VR controller kind of seems to hide the mouse, but nope, still not. Okay, mouse, where'd you go? And it just kind of disappears. It's like, really? There it is. Yeah, it just disappears. Yeah. So so I'm gonna go all the way over here. Click, 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 click. Click. That was my yoke just doing something. I'm not sure what it was doing. I have a force feedback yoke, and every once in a while it likes to move on its own. Still where it's supposed to be, but so that's kind of what's going on here. Trying to think. can go back to. So let me. Basic normally always works. This all doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, basic almost always works. So let me go back. Let me see if my let me get back. I'm glad you decided to work. So we're in a regular 172. Make sure I'm not lost. Yeah, Cleveland Heights. We got a little bit of cloud cover today. Geneva on the lake. I gotta be close to here. Must be I'm not low enough. Whoa. Wow, that's kind of a low. That's low cloud cover. I'm trying to find Erie. I may have to get some help here. Trying to look to the shorelines here to yeah, it's so overcast. We'll have to go after it like this. And I want to be on the runway. All right, we'll go at it this way. I clicked on start flight. Maybe I didn't. Oh, that's not where I wanted to be. Let's see. I want to just jump in for just a quick second there. Make sure I'm in the plane. I think I'm in. Yeah, I am. Okay, so also I have voice command. So move back. So move down. Move down. Move up. Move back. So with my voice command and something else that figure out where to go because okay. You can come in here. My yoke is the trigger button for the right index controller. If I push down on the joystick button, that turns the laser pointer off. So I can come in here, and I'm trying to hide it. That one was being a little stubborn. The other thing is VR toolbar. VR toolbar. So I can have the VR toolbar show and not. And oh, what else here? So let's go. Let me turn my guides on. So when you're gonna do a pre-flight in the VR, you can kind of. So we need to get rid of those shocks. Hello. And should be able to. Nope. I got rid of him. Got rid of him. One more. Things you absolutely have to get rid of, or the plane won't start. Inside. So in previous versions, when I'm in the cockpit, I tend to turn off the laser pointers. If you want to like reach out and play with the EFE or something like that, you need them on. But for all the controls inside, you don't need it. And the same way, so I went from like 35 to like 21 right now. The frames are like just over, and I can just tell. Like when so the GPU frame time is like 50. It's like, and I can tell when I'm moving my head, as opposed to just the view, my view just slowly goes across like this. No, it jumps all over the place. So why this is also inconsistent, I don't have any idea. None. When I look, so I'm looking at my VRAM. I'm using less than half of the VRAM I have. Way less than half of the RAM I have. So it's kind of like, what else are you doing? You know? Let me go check my desktop. Make sure I didn't leave anything running. No. No, only things I have running are things that need to run. so I don't have Discord running, I don't have anything else running, and curious. I wonder if that makes any difference. We'll find out in a minute here. Now that's enlightening. So for some reason, the desktop window had minimized itself. I didn't do it; it did it itself. And so I saw that, and I changed it. So I basically made it go back on the desktop. So I put it back here. When I come back into the cockpit, all of a sudden the frames are not 20 or 21 to 38. Coincidence? I got no idea. But I know I know when I'm the numbers I'm looking at, and when you look at the VRAM, you look at the RAM, there's no difference, none. You know, or a gigabyte. I mean, it's irrelevant. So it's kind of like, really? That's bizarre. So, so let me, so I've done all the pre-flight. So let me turn on the battery. Hello. And I'm gonna turn on the beacon. And gonna pull rich. See if we get this thing to start. Oops. Hello. Stubborn. Now that is really, really stubborn. So you highlight it, and you should rotate your controller, and it goes that position. If I rotate it more, oh, there we go. Okay. Wow, that was stubborn.
Airy ground. N256BG Foxtrot Sierra 202 forward Echo. Request taxi to the active. Departing straight out.
I really don't want to do that.
N256BG Foxtrot Sierra 2024. Taxi 2 and hold short of runway 24 via taxiway, Charlie Cross runway 20 Bravo. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
No, we're not going to.
Taxiing. Hold short runway 24 via taxiway Charlie Cross runway 20 Bravo. N256BG Foxtrot Sierra 2024.
Where the heck's it got all that stuff at the end of my call sign? No, it should be 7:30. I'm not sure if I'm brave enough. If I flew, I wouldn't fly in this plane. Yeah, once I got my big screen beyond, I don't tend to like to fly in a 430. It's really hard to be precise. Okay, what do I want to do here? Yeah, that was really bizarre. Let me check the trim in this one. Yeah, go ahead and kill this. Oops. Kill this thing and I'm gonna get the I'll go get the G1000. Escape. Escape. And in the so in the configuration, you don't have a search. So if you had a search, I could probably type in G1000 and it would probably make it a little bit easier to pick it. Like what I did with the typing in Cessna. So so because of that, back to the mouse. And it's craziness. Oh, there it is. Good. All right, save and go back. Okay, so my frames are down to 20 again. So let me go check. Yep, turn up. That's gone. Where is it? It's right here. So if I put it back where it belongs, and like I said, I'm in the sim. I didn't touch it. So we go now playing, return the game. Look at the difference in the frames. So why is it minimizing itself? I'm like, come on. Know where I want to be. Well, actually, show me. That's Fairview. There's Erie. So this here is a bit annoying. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at Fairview. Fairview has an airport. And I'm like, where is Erie? So it's right here. So at least I can use that to kind of get me down to where I want to go. I want to go right there. So we click fly now. So now we're in a G1000. But it is really, really, really overcast. So, okay. So fly now. So let's back up a little bit. So when you kind of look around here, you know, you kind of go like, it is really overcast. Yeah, flying would probably be not a good idea. So we'll kind of continue what I'm doing. So now, like, we got both VR controllers. So the grip on the right one is crouch. So, well, it's supposed to be. Oh. Huh. It normally works, so. Oh. I think I'm gonna change them anyhow to voice commands. So, get rid of that guy. Before you couldn't do that from this side. You had to go around to the front side. So we'll go over here. You're gone. I think that's it. Then around. Whoops. So why? I'm seeing a blank number here. I'm trying to figure out why. Escape. What plane am I in? Yeah, see, so that should say on the fuselage flight number. That's where that's coming from. Do you have to have a flight number? Can you change it? Can you make it blank? Yeah, it just moved again. Hmm. Would appear I cannot change that. Interesting. So when that minimizes itself, it prevents this controller from working, from doing this. That is entertaining. Oh, I'm learning a lot today. Conning Erie. Wonder why the weather changed. Don't know. We'll see if the weather actually changed. Well, it changed dramatically. Let me go in the cockpit here. Let me check the weather. What's the weather say? It says it's live weather. The weather before was like bad. This is still pretty windy out. Okay, go back out. We got a G1000, but still don't have don't have my call sign. Don't know why. Just know it's true. Let's go over to the other side. So, as long as I'm right here, turn around, back up. Notice this aileron or elevator is drooped down. So basically the weight of this elevator is falling down. So on my yoke's all the way forward. And this is the result of using a force feedback yoke. So if I pull back on the yoke, well, that elevator was supposed to move. And I'm not sure why it didn't. I didn't go over my controls real good, so I'm glad I really decided not to fly because this would have been bad. And so I'll have to do that. Okay, so this says it's okay. So let's go to control. And let me go to this guy. So it says, gotta get out of here. Can't do it here. For some reason, when this is, there's no place to save this, and I can't find a way to make it, to expand it, but there's something down below here, so. Alrighty, escape. VR toolbar? Escape. So let's go to settings. Controls. PLS 60. I'm going to apply this to all airplanes. Save. Resume. That is interesting. Well, let's go back in the cockpit area. Well, I don't have an answer for this. Why is that? Those don't work either, so. This is a pretty big mess. VR toolbar? Escape. Now we gotta wait to find my mouse. Oh, mouse. Hmm. Now when you need the mouse, you can't. It won't work. Well, this is a bit of a showstopper. But anyway, it works in the cockpit, but it doesn't work on the plane. Okay. Well, I think that's about it for today. Yeah. Yeah, so I learned quite a few things. And one thing is if I get really low frames, make sure that it's not minimized. Minimize seems to really kill the frames. I'm not sure why it does that, but it does. I gotta figure out my force feedback yoke because there's something wrong there. The missing registration number, that should say, and it did earlier in the stream, it did say BG 256 or N256 Bravo Golf, and so I'm at a little loss what's going on with the yoke. I haven't flown in with my force feedback yoke in quite a while in 2024, and I'm sure there's something I'm just overlooking. But all in all, I'm really happy. I'm glad I didn't taxi out to try to take off, because this would have went really badly. So it's a bigger problem than that. Let me go over here. So I'm running the rudders back and forth, and it's not doing anything. So let me look inside the. Let me go inside and let's see what the rudder pedals are doing in the cockpit here. See if they're working. Yeah. So that's pretty bizarre. So everything inside the cockpit seems to be correct, but outside the cockpit not. And I can't easily move down. Center view. Oh, that's bizarre. Okay, so this is nuts. So if I look out and run the yoke all the way to the left, I could see the elevator move. Absolutely. So, but if I do this is really entertaining. So, back up a little bit. Now, in the outside view, they don't move. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And when I pull it back, I don't see nothing. They don't move. So the surfaces don't move in the external view? That can't be possible, can it? I am almost at a loss for words. That can't be possible. Or is it only in VR? That is the question. Because I am in VR, so. But the rudder doesn't do anything. The rudder pedals do. Now, That is just craziness. That is just craziness. I don't know. I really don't. Something more to explore. But I'm kind of glad I streamed this. I really, really am. I learned a lot about how this is working, and just some of the craziness. So, and found a few workarounds as to some of my problems. So that's just sad that that doesn't work. It worked earlier. Don't know why now, but yeah, that is bizarre. There's no way I can't from the cockpit kind of see the rudder. Don't think I can. Oh, I might be able to. Let me get in the cockpit. Let's see. See if I can get in the cockpit. I should be able to actually just turn around. So. It'll make it a little more difficult to try to shove on the rudder pedal, but not impossible. Trying to get on the rudder. That's a rudder. Okay. Yep. Yep, it moves. Can I get the elevator? Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay, so I have to recap this. This is interesting. So in VR, yeah, I thought I'd have to recalibrate all my stuff. In VR, when you're outside doing a walk around and you actually move the controls, they don't move. They don't move. If you're in the cockpit and you look at them from inside to outside, they move. That's crazy, but it is what it is. And let me think. I'm trying to run through pretty much everything I wanted to cover in my first impression. And and this here seems I'll get rid of you. This seems really, really quick. So if I grab like that nub there and try to run it down, I mean, it seems like this is just excessive. That is there a trim wheel on here? Do they work? Yeah. So see how slow that is? That's like really slow. But if you grab that wheel, it's not. So this is part of my problem. So is there a way that can be adjusted? It would be interesting because when you use the switches, it's really slow, but interesting. Okay. Yeah, so all in all, as long as the desktop window doesn't minimize, and can I actually do that? Let me see if I can do it. So if I click on that guy, desktop mouse. Yeah. So if that is minimized, it kills the frames by a lot. By a lot. So if I go back, desktop, just click on it, put it back. Frames back. So it went from 20 or 21 to 50 milliseconds. I would think that's a bug. Let me see something else that was missing. Say intentions, where are you? Desktop mouse? Okie doke. I think I've covered about what I wanted to cover. I didn't want to don't want to be too long today, but I did want to kind of go over what I had experienced. I learned quite a bit, and I'll end up putting this on YouTube. It should go live midnight tonight. And but I definitely documented what I wanted to document is any kind of craziness I saw, and but overall, other than the aircraft selection issue, pretty happy with how things are working here in VR, but there is a ways to go, and so with that said, if you enjoy this content, please click on the follow button, so when I do go live, you can see that I went live. And I tend to I always stream VR. I've been spending the majority of my time in X-Plane, partly because the VR controller support was very poor here, And now that I see it has improved, I'll probably spend a bit more time here. And I've still got a lot more exploring to do, and I'm just not up for taking a flight right now, especially the way the control seemed a little weird. I'll do that offline, and if thing goes terribly wrong, I won't be embarrassed. Alrighty, once again, have a great day, and this was fun exploring, just exploring it and actually streaming it, you know, kind of, you know, if somebody stops by, that's cool, you know. If not, I mean, I always put them over on, especially if they turn out okay, and I think this one did. I'll put it over on YouTube, so it will kind of last quite a bit longer than it will on Twitch. Alrighty, have a great day. Bye-bye. VR mode. VR mode.